friends, how's it going? Welcome to a new vlog. I really just wanted to sit and chat this morning before I head off to the salon. I have some new makeup I wanted to just chat about and share with you. I got some packages recently. I also wanted to go ahead and pick out my TBR for April with you because April is upon us very soon, and I figured today is as good a day as any to plan out what I hope to read next month. I've had such a good reading month this month. I feel like I have had multiple 5-star and almost 5-star reads. I cannot wait to share them with you. My roundup review should be in the next vlog after this one. I'm very excited to just sit down and chat about everything. But the month isn't over. I still have a few more days to continue reading, and then I will regroup with you about that. But today I just wanted to talk about makeup and next month's books. I just threw everything in this ColourPop box here, but I have a Toy Story collection and other things in this box, and I figured I would just share everything with you. A lot of this I have already started playing with, but I figured I would still just include it in this video. So yeah, we have the Toy Story collection. I actually played with it today on my main channel. It should be in a Get Ready With Me, probably after this video actually. I think this vlog is getting posted before that main channel video, so stay tuned for that. That'll be coming soon, but I love how the look came out. This is the palette. It's super fun. I feel like it very much captures Toy Story. Like, it's colorful, vibrant, like it looks like the characters. At the end of the day, is it a rainbow palette with pops of neutrals? Pretty much, but I really wouldn't have expected anything less given the nature of the colors of the movie. So I feel like they hit the theming really well. The Pizza Planet lip mask, it smells like sour candy and it is so good. And just like the little packaging on the box is absolutely adorable, but there's like a little planet and it's like swirled looking. I've already dug into it. Oh, it just smells so good. I love sour stuff. It makes my mouth water just smelling that. That is so good. There's a green mascara in the collection. The packaging's really cute with Rex holding the little pencil, but it's called Roar. I honestly didn't like this very much. You'll see in that video, but it just, I don't know. It made my lashes look kind of weird, and I feel like layering black over top of it, like I'm maybe not having the best mascara day, but that's okay. It was fun to try, and I think it looks cute. I had really high hopes for this, honestly, but it wasn't my favorite thing. I have 4 little ultra glossy lips, and these are adorable. So cute. We have Yeehaw. This is Jessie's gloss. It's very pretty. Packaging on these is so fun. I like the shape of it a lot, and then their little characterization at the top. It's so cute. These are all like sheer sparkly with just like a tinge of color, which is right up my alley when it comes to gloss. This one's buzzing about Buzz Lightyears. It's what I'm wearing right now. Like I said, it's very sheer, but it has just the tiniest flash of purple. It's so pretty. Look how cutie. So precious. Favorite Beauty, obviously Woody's. Very fun. Look how cute. Just like a sheer gold. Like, this is everything to me. I also love this one too. Peep this. This is Bo Peep's gloss. But this sheer baby pink. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm really excited about this one. Last part of the Toy Story collection specifically is this Play All Day Jelly Shadow Trio. These I have not played with on my eyes yet, but I do plan on it very soon. Here's Ham It Up. I actually have a very good excuse this weekend to wear a lot of pink. You'll see that soon. So I'm gonna play with these for that. So I'll probably do like a reel / YouTube shorts. This one's called Very Good Vibes. I realize I'm just showing you the packaging. I'm not even showing you the inside. But yeah, this is Ham It Up. The jelly shadows are cool. They're not like the thing I reach for all the time, but they are really cool. They're like very sparkly. They're like a cream, but they blend out really nice and then they dry down and stay put pretty well. This one's more of a darker sort of pink. It's very pretty. This one's more of like an iridescent white one. So pretty. Like, I have a vision of a look pairing all 3 of those together with the Peep This gloss. So stay tuned for that. I got sent this from One Size recently. It is a makeup remover spray. It's called Go Off. It is a makeup and wig adhesive dissolving mist. It literally, like, I don't really want to spray it anywhere, but like you spray it on like your face or whatever, and it's literally like an oily makeup removey texture. You just like spray it on your face and then you wipe and it gets the makeup off, and then obviously you'd go forth and cleanse after that. But this actually works pretty darn well. I feel like I do prefer more of like a cleansing oil or a balm or something like that. But that is a pretty cool, nifty little, kind of a gimmicky product, but it works really well. MBA Cosmetics sent me a couple things recently. I played with the Black Hat Society recently in a 3 looks 3 palettes video on my channel. It's an all shimmer palette with very Halloween-y vibes. Such pretty shimmers. The sparkles on my lids were gorgeous. I did such a fun like Halloween-y look. I feel like we all need some spring-a-ween right now, but very pretty, glossy, shimmery vibes. Very, very cool. I love a witchy Halloween-y palette. It's my favorite. And they also sent me these multi-chromes. These are really, really fun. We have Butterfly Galaxy, Fireworks Galaxy, Spiral Galaxy, and Starburst Galaxy. They're super pretty, just like rich, jewel-toned, yummy multi-chromes. I feel like these are the typical multi-chromes that like used to launch years ago. You know, like just those rich, smooth, jewel-toned multi-chromes. We don't see a whole lot of this anymore. And it's very fun, very pretty. Lawless sent me their new foundation. This is the Forget the Filler Blurring Foundation. I was nervous about this because I don't typically go for like buildable full coverage. I don't typically go for blurring. Usually that's just too drying looking on my skin. I have normal to dry skin for reference. I tend to go for things that are more satiny, dewy, but this has been surprising me a lot. I've been using this the last week and I've been loving it. I feel like my complexion has just been looking so good. Smooth, but still natural looking. I don't feel like it looks drying or anything like that. I've been very impressed with this one. And last, I got the new singles from Lethal Cosmetics. Their new like holographic singles. They're so pretty. They're all right here. So we have Jade, Fluorite, and Opal. I love Opal. Rhodonite, Quartz, and Zeolite. Like just so pretty. They have like that holographic multicolored shift going through it. These are so pretty. I love these. I think these are gorgeous. Lethal does such a good job every time, and this is such a fun little spring launch. And I have the new Lethal glosses. I should have a swatch video, like a lip swatch video up on Instagram and YouTube Shorts on my main channel, probably by the time this video goes up. If not, it's coming like literally very soon because it should be up very soon. But these are all like glitzy, holographic-y, shifty glosses. These are very, very cool. So, so fun. I wore Matrix recently in that 3 looks 3 palettes video and it was incredible. But these are so cool, so sparkly. You can feel the sparkle a teeny bit on your lips, but it's not so intense that it bothers me. I feel like it's a little bit more subtle. But I love a sparkly gloss. These are very, very cool. I specifically like pairing them just like with a lip liner, you know, and then like adding little accents because they are very glittery. They can get almost a little too glittery if you're not careful, but they're so cool, so fun. I really like these. So yeah, those are some of the new products that I acquired recently. Really fun stuff. Honestly, a lot of hits. I think the only thing that I'm like not into is this green mascara, unfortunately, because I was very much looking forward to it, but there's a roundup of things I will have either already played with or will be playing with all of these soon if you haven't already seen them on my main channel and Instagram. But yeah, that's my little roundup. Hope you enjoyed. Let's head into my library now and chat about my April TBR. All right, in my cozy chair with my cozy blanket. The sun is coming in strong. Gonna try to avoid these sunbeams as I chat. Also, look at this cute pillow. One of you guys, Karen, thank you so much, made me this cute pillowcase. I love this like black and gold sort of like witchy print. It's so cute and it fits in perfectly in here, so thank you so much. So yeah, for my April TBR ideas, I think I've decided on 8 books that I'm hoping to get to, and as always, like, I'm not forcing myself to only read these books. If I'm halfway through the month and none of the books on this list are calling to me in that moment, I'll read something else. If I get to everything, cool. If I don't get to everything, cool. If I switch it up, that's fine. This is just, as of right now, what I'm super excited to read in the moment. So I figured I would just chat about it. I picked out 2 ebooks through the Libby app through my local library. I have 2 picked out on Kindle Unlimited. I have 3 picked out on my physical TBR and 1 picked out in my reread because one of my goals this year is to reread 1 book a month. One of the physical ones I don't own yet because it's not out yet, but it will be out for April and it is absolutely going on the list. So 8 things total. Let's get into it. I guess we'll start with my Libby picks. First is the Strawberry Patch Pancake House by Lori Gilmore. I'm excited about this one. This is one that, like, if I don't end up getting to it, I'll read it another time. It's not like as urgent, but I've read the other ones. This is the 4th one in the Dream Harbor series so far. These are very like cozy little romances. They're very fluffy, lighthearted, nothing too crazy. They're honestly like nothing revolutionary. Like I don't even rate them anything. I don't even know if I rated any of them a 4 yet. Maybe I've rated one of them a 4, but for the most part they're just very chill, cozy vibes, quick reads, very fluffy and easy. I do love the town setting. It's very much like small town. We're getting interconnected standalones in this series, so we're getting all these different people's stories. So I am excited to get into this story. Actually, let me pull up the synopsis because I don't even remember who this one is about. Okay, so we have Iris. I feel like maybe we've seen Iris in the previous books. I don't remember all of the side characters that we've met. We've met a lot of side characters at this point, but it's between Iris, who can't hold down a job, and a single dad chef, Archer. So we're gonna get their story together. It says the tropes are single dad, forced proximity, slow burn, found family. I'm ready for it. I think that'll be very cute. And the next Libby pick that I have picked out is Promise Me Sunshine by Cara Bastone. I loved Ready or Not from Cara Bastone. I want to say I read it at the end of 2023. I actually listened to it on audio and I loved it so much. I was worried that I wouldn't like it because the main trope is accidental pregnancy, and in my mind I say I don't like that trope, but I've read 2 books with that trope and I loved both of them with my entire being. So maybe I don't hate that trope as long as it's done really well. But I'm excited about this. This has nothing to do with that book. It's its own book entirely, but I loved the other book I read from her, so I'm excited to get into this one. I don't even know what this one's about. Grieving the loss of her best friend, a young woman's life is turned upside down when she meets a grumpy stranger who swears he can help her live again in this heartwarming, slow burn romance. I love the sound of that already. I'm really excited for this, actually. Just kind of this feeling of just overcoming this grief and finding yourself again. This sounds really good. This sounds really amazing. I have a lot of hopes for this one. Moving on to my Kindle Unlimited picks, I am absolutely reading the 4th book in the Windy City series. I've been loving this series. I've read 1 book a month so far this year, so I'm diving into the 4th one. Play along. I have heard so many people say that this is their favorite of the series, and I've loved the entire series so far. It has been a 5-star series for me, so I can't wait to get to this book that everyone deems as their favorite. I have such high hopes. I'm so excited for Kennedy's story. I cannot wait. Isaiah and Kennedy, we got snippets of them in book 3, and I just cannot wait to see how their story goes. I am obsessed already. I cannot wait to be back in this world. I love these characters. I love being immersed in this world, and I'm just so incredibly pumped. And I'm pretty sure the 5th book comes out in May, so that's just going to be perfect timing for me reading this series. I have been loving this. These are sports romance books, and I wouldn't normally think that I would be obsessed with that sort of a vibe because I don't care about sports, but the sports are not like the main point. It's just the male main characters happen to be in the sports industry, but it's not like something that you have to know. But I love the setting. I love the characters. I love how everything is connecting together, who's friends with who, who's related to who, how all these people just like come together. It's just wonderful. I love it so much. So I'm absolutely reading that one, no question about it. And I also want to read Enchantra by Kaylee Smith. This is the 2nd book in the Phantasma series, duology. I think there's only going to be 2, but I don't know for sure. That one comes out April 8th, and it should be on Kindle Unlimited because the first one was on Kindle Unlimited, so I'm just assuming. I would really like to read this one. I love the first one. It's very much a like romantasy vibe, but instead of it being typical like either fae or vampires or what we typically see in a romantasy, we have like ghosts and ghouls and demons and devils. It's just so fun. Very like Caraval, but spookier. If you've read Caraval, I loved the first one. I ate it up. I think I read it in literally a day. I just like was so sucked in, and I can't wait to get to the 2nd one. I don't want to talk too much about this 2nd book because it would definitely spoil how the first one ended, but I'm excited to just see what happens with this book. Oh, I cannot wait. It left on like such a big like what the hell is happening at the end of the first one, so I'm very much ready to dive into this one. Moving on to physical, we'll start with the one that I don't technically own yet, but I will be picking up very soon. It is Say You'll Remember Me from Abby Jimenez. I love her books. I have a huge stack of them up here on this side. You can't see it, but they're up here. I love her books. I love her books so much. I just think she has such a way with developing characters and stories, and at the end of the day, they are contemporary romances, but she also includes things that are like real life heavier topics that just intertwine so well. I always get so immersed and sucked in. She's so good with her writing. I love the way she just tells a story. I can't wait. I don't even know what this one's about and I don't even care. She's one of those authors where like I will read anything she puts out. I would read her grocery lists. Now we can get onto my physicals. I have 2 other physical ones before we get into my reread. One that I definitely want to get to is Rebel Witch from Kristen Cicerelli. I might be butchering that and I'm so sorry. This is the second book in the Crimson Moth duology. I think I read the first one. Did I read the first one last year or was it 2023? I keep not knowing when I talk about this book. Okay, I did read this last year. I read Heartless Hunter March 7th of 2024 is when I finished it and I gave it 4 stars. I really enjoyed it. It's like a YA romantasy. We have a witch and a witch hunter. She is trying to help save witches and he's obviously trying to get rid of them. And there's this character that she plays as the Crimson Moth where she's kind of like this, oh, how do I describe it? Like a vigilante, like a secret person trying to help all these people. But then as her regular self, she just like acts normal and talks to people to try to get information. It's, her name is Rune and she's just trying to get information from Gideon the witch hunter and they end up forming more of like a connection, a relationship, and she knows who he is. And she's like trying to deceive him, but also she's getting close to him. And it was like a whole thing. And it ended on such a like intense cliffhanger. And I'm just really excited to dive into this one, Rebel Witch, and see how this series finishes out. I have high hopes because it was a really good first one. So I'm curious how I'll feel about this one. And the other physical one I have is The Crash from Frida McFadden. I just feel like it makes sense for me to throw a thriller into the mix. I feel like I have a lot of romance and fantasy related things. I have one more fantasy to talk about as well. So a thriller will be a really nice just kind of switch up of everything else that I'm reading. I really like her thrillers. I feel like even the ones that don't hit that hard, like the ending leaves me kind of like unsatisfied, I still had a fun time getting there. Like her books are so fast to fly through. Like a lot of the time I read her books in one sitting. They're just so quick, like short chapters, they just fly by. This is 364 pages and I mean, I don't know, the font's big and the chapters are short. So like it's just so easy to binge. Like I usually read these in like 1 or 2 days. So this will be a great one to read in just like a moment where I'm not really feeling fantasy or romance. It's just like the perfect in between. I think this is a newer book from her. I just kind of picked it up on a whim because I liked the way the cover looked. The nightmare she's running from is nothing compared to where she's headed. Tegan is 8 months pregnant, alone, and desperately wants to put her crumbling life in the rearview mirror. So she hits the road not realizing she's headed straight into a blizzard. Hours later, when Tegan is stranded in rural Maine with a dead car and broken ankle, she worries she's made a terrible mistake. Then a miracle occurs. She's rescued by a couple who offers her a room in their warm cabin until the snow clears, but something isn't right. Staying here may have been her most deadly mistake yet. This sounds really good. It says a gut-wrenching story of motherhood, survival, and twisted expectations. This sounds pretty great, actually. I'm excited for this one, so here's to hoping. I feel like her books I either love or I feel very like, well, that was a book that had words in it. So we'll see how I end up feeling about this one. And finally, last but not least, is my reread for the month. I'm finally closing out the A Court of Thorns and Roses series again. I am skipping Frost and Starlight. I just feel like the Little Winter Solstice novella, that's just not one that I feel inclined to read again right this moment, maybe in the future. During my reread, that's just not one that I care to reread again. It's not a bad book, it just isn't one that I need to immerse myself in, but I've been reading the other ones this whole year. Like January I read the first one, then the second one, then the third one now. We're into the 4th one in the 4th month and I'm excited. This was my favorite one. This one and the second one were my favorites when I read it the first time, so I'm really excited. It's a doozy. She's a thick book, but I love Nesta and I love her story and I'm just so excited to dive in and see what happens. I mean, I know what happens, but I'm excited just to see what happens again. Oh my gosh, 750 pages. It's a hefty book, but I'm excited. I think this will be so great to revisit. I had such a blast revisiting the 3rd one, Wings and Ruin, so I just can't wait to get back into this one. It's gonna be so fun. But I feel like I have a pretty good roundup. I picked out like 4 that are more in the romance realm, 3 that are more on the fantasy romantasy realm, and 1 thriller, so like I have a good balanced set that I hope to get to. And I think that's all I have for you in this video. I'll be honest, I'm about to just be swimming in work. So I figured I would just take some time this morning to chat with you, hang out, catch up, give you my makeup and bookish related plans and updates, I suppose, and get into these next few days of work. So thank you so much for being here and watching. I'm gonna get to it. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.